My dad's will left everything to a woman none of us ever heard of. Part 2. As I stood in the hallway with the envelope in my pocket, my siblings' eyes were locked on me, a mix of shock and suspicion swirling in their gazes. My mind raced back to the day we found the will, the moment that changed everything. The house was quiet, but the tension was palpable. Sarah's voice cut through the silence. "We need to do something about this." Jake nodded, his jaw clenched. Ben just looked at me, his eyes searching for answers I didn't have. Later that night, alone in my room, I opened the envelope. Inside was a letter from Dad dated years ago. He wrote that he had made a promise to an old friend, Emma Hart, to take care of her if anything happened to her husband, Michael David Johnson. He had kept his word, leaving everything to her. But he had also written that he loved me and my siblings dearly, and that he hoped we would understand. It was a bitter pill to swallow, knowing that Dad had kept this secret from us all these years. The room felt colder, the weight of the letter heavy in my hands. I could hear the distant ticking of the old clock in the hallway, each second echoing the finality of Dad's decision. I showed the letter to Sarah, Jake, and Ben. Sarah's face turned red with anger. "This is ridiculous," she spat. "We should contest this. Dad would never do this if he was in his right mind." Jake nodded in agreement, his fists clenched at his sides. Ben looked thoughtful, his eyes scanning the letter carefully. "We need to talk to this Emma Hart," he said. "Find out what she knows." I agreed, but the thought of confronting a stranger about our fathers will made my stomach churn. We tracked her down to a small apartment downtown. The building was old, the paint chipping off the walls, and the smell of stale cigarettes lingered in the air. She was an older woman, her eyes sad and weary. When we explained who we were, she nodded, as if she had been expecting us. "Your father was a good man," she said softly, her voice barely above a whisper. "He kept his promise to Michael, and I'm grateful. But I never wanted this to cause you pain." I felt a pang of sympathy for her, but Sarah was unmoved. "This isn't right," she insisted, her voice firm. Jake backed her up, his expression determined. Ben looked at me, his expression troubled. "Are we sure about this?" he asked quietly. I looked at my siblings, a sense of unease washing over me. As we drove home, the city lights flickering through the windows, I couldn't help but think about the conversations we'd had with Dad over the years. The memories were bittersweet, each one a reminder of the man he was and the secrets he kept. I didn't know what to do. All I knew was that our family was at a crossroads, and the choice we made would determine the future of our relationships. "What do you think I should have done?"